I think primarily because the technology for the efficiency levels that we need is driving the heating products that are needed more into alternatives to the fossil fuels and the natural gas boiler or oil boiler market that I think the domestic market's used to. So because we're needing to look at more efficient systems, you have to look at alternative ways of heating and creating that heat. So that's where the refrigerant use comes in, and that's where obviously the manufacturers of the air conditioning units have really been able to step up to the plate and develop their products so they become more user-friendly air conditioning units that are very efficient heating units. Huge challenges. As one of the speakers said in the panel discussion, one of the big issues that we have is this situation at the moment in industry where electricians, plumbers take an F-gas course and suddenly think they're a refrigeration air conditioning engineer. And it's been a huge bugbear with the industry since F-gas regulations came in. I remember conversations back in 2006, 2007, before it even came into effect, where we were concerned as an industry that we would be effectively dumbing down the skill set by having this F-gas regulation qualification as being the be-all and end-all. One of the reasons why at REFCOM we have the REFCOM Elite scheme is because we try and push that bar up, we try and push the skill sets up, and obviously compliance, and make sure that companies are working to the right environmental and competency standard. But it is a huge challenge, and I think one of the big issues we have with it is, as was said today, where you have a domestic heat pump market where it's traditional heating installers and plumbers that are actually installing this kit, which is fine for the installation because it's a monoblock system, there's no actual refrigerant work involved. The problem comes where the systems start to break down, where either with age, where you maybe have a compressor failure, or I have heard situations where, for example, a plumber has gone out, the system wasn't working right, and because he can see it's copper pipes within this system, he assumes it's water in there, and they've cut the pipe and they've lost the refrigerant. So there has to be not only a raising of the skill sets within the REC sector, which I think is definitely required, but there also needs to be an education of the plumbing and heating installers who are installing the monoblocks, so that they actually start to understand what's in those systems and understand their own limitations. It's so very well people often think they know a lot more than they do know. It's really important to understand your own limitations. Yeah, and that is a big issue. I remember several years ago asking government about doing some kind of campaign, because they help to fund TV advertising campaigns, nationwide campaigns to raise awareness for Corgi when it came in. It's now gas safe obviously, but we all remember the Corgi TV adverts. I saw this morning in breakfast television during the advert break there was a gas safe register advert on there. We don't have the funds, the resources within ourselves as a certification body to do that, because the way we have to run it, because the government licence has to be a non-profit making situation. But I do think there is a moral duty on government to actually help to fund some kind of campaign to make sure that householders are aware if they have a domestic heat pump that is broken down, they don't call Joe Bloggs the plumber, but they will call a REFCOM registered installer, for example.